Previously, U.S. President Donald Trump accused Taiwan of taking away America's semiconductor manufacturing and even threatened to impose 25% or higher tariffs on Taiwan's semiconductor imports. With TSMC making a major investment to expand its U.S. operations, Trump has pledged that the company could avoid 30% or even 50% tariffs. So I would like to start my first question to Professor Liu. Many in Taiwan are worried that after this major investment, 100 billion US dollars. So people worry that the company TSMC, T stands for Taiwan, might turn into ASMC, A for America. And people are concerned that the most advanced and important manufacturing process will be shifted from Taiwan to the United States. What's your take on this?
First point, I think it is very important to recognize this is a geopolitical issue, not simply a business or a political issue between the US and China. I will be quickly going into 3 points because over the last few days, people are really widely debated in Taiwan whether this is a good move or not. But I should come the first, TSMC, because from my personal observation, there is no other option at this moment other than following through what Donald Trump's pushed through. So actually, everyone recognizes in Taiwan, there is a very strong political pressure behind this thing. The second point, TSMC announced such an ambitious investment project in the US, 100 billion, such a substantial project. And it shows that in this whole process, Taiwan is not in the picture. I'm talking about Republic of China, the country itself. Because even during the press conference held in the White House, President Donald Trump only said about TSMC will benefit a lot to the United States, but many people in Taiwan actually are waiting to hear the second half of the sentence, which Donald Trump did not really spread up, whether Taiwan will be protected or Taiwan's interests will be closely connected with the United States. So this will be the question continuously debated in Taiwan's society. The third point is this move actually shows that the US, under President Donald Trump's second term, he is taking back lots of high tech back to the United States. He wants to develop everything made in the US, made in America. So as a result, global supply chain, the market will be split into two. One is closely affiliated with the United States. The other one is not. So basically, this is what I have been thinking.
So thank you, Professor, for sharing with us your viewpoint. We understand that actually, during the White House press conference, Mr. C.C. Wei, he actually mentioned that the 100 billion investment will include 3 new fabs, 2 advanced packaging fabs, and even an R&D center in the United States. So what will be the risk and challenges for Taiwan in terms of this investment, Rocky?
The challenges will be threefold. The direct challenge will be on TSMC, because TSMC has to figure out how to raise this fund. This is a big fund, $100 billion now. And the TSMC has been setting up the company goal of gross margin 53%, net profit 40%. So this will mess up these 2 goals, so it's pretty tough. And also, if we're talking about the personnel, we need a lot of experienced personnel, like engineers, talents, even fundamental workers. Even Taiwan, TSMC has been setting up new factories in Taiwan, so it's like crazy. They also need a lot of personnel in Taiwan also. So probably they won't be able to find enough personnel from workers, employees from the Taiwanese colleges. So these 2 challenges will be very serious to TSMC.
So in addition to these 2 challenges, we also understand that Taiwan has this kind of rooted in Taiwan policy, because for the sake of, usually what we say, the semiconductor industry is like a silicon shield that protects Taiwan, especially from the threat from the other side of the Taiwan Strait. And usually the Taiwanese policy is to align with, say, the United States and Japan, so that we can keep a distance and do not rely too much on China, right? However, it seems that the attitude and the stance of of the United States has changed. Do you think that Taiwan should readjust or make some changes to our current policy?
It's pretty difficult for Taiwan to make some concrete policy and strategy and then follow the strategy because now the calling, who is calling the game is Trump, right? He's talking this today and talking something else the next day. So it's pretty difficult. But I think I like to emphasize one thing. The CCOA has mentioned 1,000 R&D people in U.S. It will be people who are on the production line to improve the production line process technology. It's not the traditional meaning of the R&D people. Is more than the development, not really the research. So I think we should be a little bit, don't worry too much about those route of the R&D of TSMC will be moved to US. So, and TSMC has about 80,000 workers in Taiwan. Around 10,000 are R&D people, but most of them are on the production line to improve the production line, the accuracy or the yield rate. So I don't think the 1,000 so-called R&D people, they move to U.S., then the root will be extracted from the Taiwan. So don't worry too much, I think.
So Rocky, you think that we shouldn't be worried too much, right? Back to you, Professor Liu. We understand that this press conference at the White House is such a big statement, right? Showing the whole world that, well, TSMC and the United States are working together. Do you think that this investment will help strengthen the U.S.-Taiwan relations? Just like what you said, we heard TSMC, but we haven't heard about the, let's say, ROC Taiwan, or like the sentence seems not finished. What's your take on this?
Definitely, with this substantial investment in the United States, it brought up Taiwan as a key word all through the United States and also international community. At this moment, I do think the U.S. will pay a lot of attention to Taiwan, secure the position of this particular relations with Taiwan. But looking down the road, because this investment, at least from industry, it promised for the next 4 years, but you never know. Like the previous investment in Arizona, it took much longer than what they originally planned. So whether they can complete this whole project in 4 years or extend it much beyond 4 years, we have to look and see what would really happen. But obviously, with this important press conference inside the White House, and Taiwan was brought in, and of course, in consideration of political difficulty with China. So I sense the U.S. government tried very hard to dilute such importance and not really connecting with political collaboration with Taiwan at all. So that may be the reason why at this particular juncture, people are looking into only big company involved in this process. Our government seems not in the process at all. So basically, this is a political consideration on the high level of platform.
But on the surface, they try to make it look like just a business cooperation. Right?
Exactly.
Not so political.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And back to TSMC, Rocky, my question for you. According to Taiwan's media report, it seems that, well, even Taiwan's economic minister has addressed these concerns. And they say, well, this is a carefully planned global strategy, and it's all driven by the demand from the American market. What kind of benefit can TSMC reap from this investment?
My best advice to, if you're the shareholder of TSMC, don't listen to those officials, whatever they say publicly, because they have their own benefit, personal benefit, and also the organizations they represent. So, and if you say something publicly, there are a lot of probably 10 times factors behind the scene shaping the policy. So it's not really what we should follow the rules. What I think is, we must know that government, when we say Taiwan, we mean government and also the population of Taiwan. And TSMC is an enterprise. They're at different levels now. So TSMC's enterprise goal is to make profit for their shareholders. Really no obligation to cover for the government. So there should be different goals, different objectives. The problem is TSMC is too strong. And so all the Taiwanese people, we expect TSMC too much, but actually that's beyond its obligations. That's why I think I should tell the audience, especially you're the shareholder of the TSMC, don't forget the reason why you buy their shares, their stocks now. So
Still business,
it's different from the politics side.